This is a review of the Ninja Double Stack XL 9.5 litre air fryer. Now this air fryer is pretty new. It came out in April 2024. It is claimed to be the first air fryer that is double stacked. So the baskets are stacked on top of each other as opposed to side by side, and this results in 30% slimmer design compared to other dual basket air fryers. And this is aimed more at the market of those who need that counter real estate in their kitchen. It can cook 4 layers stacked on top of each other, as the baskets come with racks inside, so you can actually have 2 layers of food in every single basket. And if you're already coming from another air fryer, you know how useful that could be. So for example, for a long time I was making sweet potatoes and I would wonder why they always came out so soggy and they look so crispy in all the videos, and it's because they really need that space inside the basket in order to be able to have the air circulate to really make them crispy. With the trays inside, you can have multiple layers. Now, to be fair, you can buy those trays for pretty much any other air fryer as well if you go on Amazon. This claims to cook using 55% less energy than a conventional oven. It claims to be 55% faster than a conventional fan oven. It has 6 functions. Inside the box, you get 2 non-stick dishwasher safe drawers, you get 2 crisper plates they call it, and you get a pretty handy recipe guide. This air fryer also comes with a 2-year guarantee once you register with Ninja in UK and Ireland. And please remember, once you register, the amount of times I've seen 10-year warranty on one of my appliances, haven't bothered registering, and 3 years later when something goes wrong, they say, oh, sorry, you didn't actually register. Now, before we move on, just one quick thing that I found pretty interesting is on the Ninja website, it says that the cooking times that they're saying with, 55% faster cooking times, we're done using sausages. So their baseline for everything seems to be sausages. Now, upon turning it on, the first thing I noticed was just how incredibly loud this thing was. Now, the other complaint, which is a little bit more of a serious issue, is I thought it was maybe I had a faulty unit, but a lot of people seem to be having this issue. It cooks very unevenly, and this would explain why some of the sweet potato fries that I'd put in this device came out perfect, whilst other ones were quite raw in the middle, and I didn't understand why. I thought maybe I just had a bad unit. Then I realized, unlike the instant vortex, which, like the vast majority of air fryers out there, has the heating element on top, this has the heating element at the back, and those holes that you see at the back of the basket, they allow the heat to be circulated around. Obviously, it's not doing a well enough job in getting the heat all the way around, so you end up with real uneven cooking. The other thing as well is that the air output is not like a conventional air fryer where it's straight out the back. It's actually out of the right hand side in these grills. I learned this the hard way. I had another appliance next to it, and when I went to move the other appliance while this thing had been on for about 10 minutes, I was very surprised that it hadn't melted the electricity cable for the other appliance that was just sitting next to it. Now, with those trays that go inside, you've also got the grilling plates. The only thing that I actually bought these for my Vortex in the past, and the only thing that didn't really occur to me, and it's probably silly of me, was that you need to say you put fish underneath and sweet potato on top, and then you want to flip the fish, you need to take out whatever's on top. So if you put fries on top, they're probably going to spill or go somewhere unless you're super careful. And flipping whatever food is underneath is a little bit of a pain. But if you're filling it with layers of chips or the same food, that's when it's going to be most convenient, because then you won't need to think, okay, hold on, what temperature does the top one need to be? What temperature does the bottom food need to be? At what stage do I need to flip or, rotate each one of those pieces of meat or vegetable or whatever it is that you're cooking in there? The one thing that truly did impress me with this is, unlike almost any other air fryer I've ever used, is it didn't require any preheating, which might explain some of the noise, why it just kicks in to get things super hot without the need to preheat. Whereas with the Vortex, for example, it does need preheating. I'll do a quick test again and put it up on the screen how long it usually takes to preheat. Now, before we continue, throughout this video, I'm going to be comparing it to the Vortex, and that's because this is what I've had for over a year. I ended up getting it on an Amazon sale at £75. It's usually $150. This is one of those products that's always 25%, 50% off, so if you see it for full price, just wait. This Ninja, at the current time of this video, late May 2024,
is on Ninja's website for £270. So it's almost 4 times more expensive, and it's almost £200 more. So I would expect substantially better results, but let's find out if that's what we're going to get. We're going to cook some fish and some sweet potato in both the air fryers using the exact same settings in terms of time and temperature, and see which one turns out better. Now, the one thing that really, really surprised me is that the Ninja, the sweet potato fries in the Ninja, were actually a little bit raw in the middle, whereas in the Vortex, they were cooked all the way through. Big surprise, bit of a letdown as well, because I actually do love the design of this. I love that it reduces the counter space. Now, when you see these two products together in this video, just keep in mind that the Instant Vortex is a 7.6 litre capacity air fryer, whereas the Ninja is a 9.5 litre. Now, one of the reasons I was surprised that the Ninja did not seem to cook things through as well as the much cheaper Instant Vortex is that the Instant Vortex is a 1700 wattage product, whereas the Ninja is 2470 watts according to their website. So, but did not cook through at the same temperature and the same time as well as the Vortex did. Now, the one thing I have to say that I absolutely loved about the Vortex, which none of the Ninja air fryers have, is that glass window. Because every time you pull the basket out, it lets out a bunch of heat, and it can kind of interfere with the cooking of your food. You probably won't notice it anyway, but it would probably be a little bit better if you weren't letting all the heat out. With the Vortex, you press the little light button and you can see what's happening with the food. You could see what it's looking like, and if you need to do anything to it. I just love that it has that, and I don't understand why none of Ninja's products have that.
Now, to summarize, would we recommend this product? The loudness is something I could get over if it was a exceptional product, or if it did at least as good a job as the Instant Vortex because of the amount of desktop space it saves. However, the uneven cooking is not something that could be forgiven. So it's just a little bit disappointing, and it's for this reason that we would have to say, when you're paying 4 times as much, when you're putting up with a considerable boost in volume and how much noise this thing gives out, and you're getting a product that doesn't do its core essential function, as well as something that costs 25% of the price of it, it's a little bit hard to recommend under those circumstances. If you really want to see for yourself and you really, really do want to give it a try, you really need that countertop space, I would say get it from somewhere which has a good return policy like Amazon, even Ninja. So that way, at least if you don't like the product or you feel like it doesn't live up to your expectations, you can return it for free and you can return it and get your money back.
Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.